Hello friends, welcome to another video. So this is Bharat here from the beautiful town of Adelaide. Came for a personal wedding to attend of my brother. But this is the Adelaide town, and you can see Australia is completely into sports, and so that's what's going on over there. Today we would look at what was Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's vision for an independent. What did he want to build? So Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, if he had been back, so what kind of a India would he have built differently compared to what Nehru? Well, let's say Nehru's India versus Netaji's India. So Netaji's India would have been, first of all, a very self-sufficient India. So it would have been an India which wanted to have self-reliance completely. And what that means is that Netaji wanted Subhash Chandra Bose as they definitely he could not have had good terms with the allied forces, which is the Britain and the Americans, because of the World War. So he would definitely have charted a course similar to a non-aligned, but it would have been more reliant, I would feel, on Russia and China, and it would have been a very modern industrial scientific production like Russia. So he wanted to build the Soviet model, the USSR model. He wanted to go build the factories, build the dams, similar to Nehru's India. So it would have been very similar to, in that way, an industrial, modern, scientific. So not like Gandhian idea of self-sufficient villages. No, not like that. With India's population, he would have gone the similar route as what China went initially, or what Russia achieved and became the superpower. So he would have gone in that way for sure. And that's what he self-declares himself as, a socialist. In today's times, when we keep thinking which bracket do we put Netaji in, he was a self-styled socialist, as he said clearly, I'm a socialist. That's number one. What else he would have done is he would have strengthened the defense forces and made India, there he would have been less pacifist than what Nehru was. He would have immediately focused on building the Indian national army, the Indian army, and he would have strengthened it even in the China border side, even in the JNK. So he would have had a much stronger Indian defense network, which I would say in course of time under Indira Gandhi, and with more realization, the Congress government under Nehru later, and then Indira, they did adopt it. But that would have been the immediate direction of Netaji, even from the right go. Another third would be from the civilizational perspective. So from a civilizational perspective, Netaji was very much proud of the Indian civilization, similar to what Nehru was in the discovery of India and all. And he was very much pro Hindu-Muslim unity, as seen in the Azad Hind Fauj, as seen in his statements. He would have not gone about dividing history between Hindu and Muslim, the Mughals versus the Marathas, they were all kings, they were all proud part of Indian heritage, all these kings, and he would have stuck it in that way. And he would have, but the Indian civilizational angle, he would have strengthened more on that, and he would have focused that India should, like how China has revived their old Confucius kind of civilizational ideas and their old Tao, and so India would have been much more strong and focused on the Indian civilization, which includes both the you can say the Sanatan angle, as well as the influence of the forces, or the influence of, say, Indo-Islamic culture. So he would have strengthened on both these aspects, and India, that's what he would have tried. So you can say there are a lot of similarities between Nehru's India and Netaji's India, but Netaji's India would definitely have been more self-reliant, stronger, and I would have seen him moving a lot more focus on socialism, and it would have probably been similar to what China is now today, not in terms of polity, but in terms of the sheer advances they have made in terms of their growth. Because of huge populations, the model of governance which works in such countries is not necessarily the American model, or say the Australian, or it's not those kind of models where populations are less. You need to have your vast populations, you need to bring vast populations out of poverty, at the so that for that China kind of example, where you have mass industrialization, you build lots of tier 2 cities, you build super fast trains, you build the connectivity. That is what he would have focused on. So India has caught up, but we are still, and we are focused more on services. So I would have definitely imagined him to have laid much more emphasis on the industrial production. So this is what briefly I can think of. Of course, we don't know, as he never came back, or even if he came back, we don't know what form. There are there are lots of theories. So let's not go into that, but this is what in a nutshell would have been Netaji's India: a proud, self-reliant, at the same time a very secular socialist India. Thanks for watching. Bharat Raghu signing off.